Reviewing NHL games of November 25th, 2018. There are only 4 games on today, including one matinee game that we're going to start with here. The Calgary Flames beat the Arizona Coyotes 6-1, which could be part of a reason why there was a trade earlier today involving Dylan Strome and Brendan Perlini. Yeah, if you want to know more details on that trade, you can check out my playlist. I released it a little earlier today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching this. But I'm sure the trade has been cooking for a little while now. Both teams have been on a bit of a slide, meaning Chicago and Arizona. So, yeah. Now, about this game beforehand, Ranta, I think this was his second game back, and he still looks awful. He just doesn't look like he's tracking the puck. He doesn't look like he's reading the play. The other highlight of this game was the Calgary coach, Peters, got nailed with the puck in the chin. But he left, got 8 stitches, came back with a big blood smear on his face, and he continued. The other note I have here was that Calgary was winning 6-0 in the third period when the Calgary defenseman Hamonic just coughed up an egg right up the middle of the ice and gave it right away and gave a breakaway on Smith, and that ruined his shutout. He apologized profusely. I'm not so sure that I can forgive him. I'm kidding. Any case, let's get to the scoring. First period, Calgary gets on the board first, obviously. Monahan gets his 13th of the season, assisted by Gaudreau and Giordano. Can you still see me? Barely? Okay. Next, Calgary makes it 2-0. Hanifin gets his first of the season, short-handed. That's going to be a theme, and that was unassisted. Second period, Hanifin gets his second of the game, second of the season, on the power play, assisted by Neal and Ryan. Neal gets a point. That's good news as well. Then Calgary, still in the second, make it 4-0. Jankowski gets his third of the season, assisted by Brody and Dubé. So far, the points have been spreading all over the Calgary Flames bench like, I was going to say graffiti, but, I meant confetti. I don't sleep much these days. Third period, Brody gets his second point of the night, second goal of the season, short-handed from Backlund. Then Calgary makes it 6-0. Jankowski gets his fourth of the season, his second goal of the night. I believe second goal of the night. Yeah. And that was also shorthanded and unassisted. And that was the second shorthanded goal on the same power play for Arizona. On the same one. Like, seconds later. It was It was really ugly for them. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Hamonic coughed the puck up the middle, passing it out of his zone to Keller, who was in all alone, got his 6th of the season, unassisted. Calgary goes 1 for 5 on the power play. Arizona goes 0 for 4. Smith gets a win. That's great. That's good for his confidence. Who knows where it goes from here. He makes 28 of 29 saves. Ranta made 20 of 20 saves on 26 shots. And then Hill came in, the backup, and made 1 save on 1 shot. Calgary is now 14-9-1 with 29 points. They're doing well. Obviously, Arizona 9-11-2 with 20 points. It's not awful. There are a lot of worse teams. And because the West is so bad, who knows? Next game up, Tampa Bay Lightning beat the New Jersey Devils 5-2. Some notes before we start here. Kucherov, Point, and Johnson, that line on Friday combined for 7 points. And in this game, they combined for 6. So they're continuing to terrorize teams. New Jersey just had awful coverage on the PK in this game, and or 5-on-5 really for that matter. And although all the goals weren't really Schneider's fault, I wouldn't exactly say he was playing well. Let's start in the first period. Kilhorn for Tampa makes it 1-0. He gets his third of the season, assisted by Joseph. And then Tampa then makes it 2-0. Point gets his 16th of the season on the power play, assisted by Kucherov and Hedman. Tampa then makes it 3-0. Johnson gets his 10th of the season, assisted by Point and Kucherov. There you go. New Jersey shows they're alive. Nosian gets his second of the season, assisted by Senny. And then Tampa says, and they make it 4-1. A goal by Paquette, his fourth of the season, assisted by Callahan and Girardi. Then in the second period, Point gets his second goal of the game, and his third point of the game. His second goal of the game, and his third point of the game. His 17th overall. But this just happened to be just because he was on the ice, really, because it was an own goal by Vatanen, who just, I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to take the puck away from him and clear it, and he cleared it into his own net. So, yeah. And then in the third period, New Jersey scores another. It makes it 5-2. Bratt's first of the year, unassisted. Tampa was 1 for 3 on the power play. New Jersey was 0 for 2. Dominique made 33 of 35 saves. Pick him up, fantasy players. And Schneider was 30 for 35. Tampa's now 17-6-1 with 35 points. They're tied for first in the league with Nashville after they play tonight because they won as well. Spoiler. And then Jersey is now 9-10-3 with 21 points. They're falling below 500. Is Schneider going to come out of it? I don't know. I don't know if he is. I mean, it may take a while. In any case, oh my God, I didn't write in the score up here. Oh, how horrible. Well, let's do it together, shall we? I missed this score too. I can't believe that. Okay, so let's see. Nashville, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Nashville beats Anaheim 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5-2. There we go. That was a live action sequence. Wasn't that exciting? Okay, so Nashville gets on the board first. Watson gets his second of the year, assisted by Bonio and Sissons. Second period, Anaheim ties it up. Henrique gets his sixth of the season on the power play, assisted by Raquel and Montour. Then Nashville goes ahead 2-1 on a goal from Bonio, his fourth of the season, and assisted by Sissons, both of whom get their second point on the night already. Then Nashville scores again. Watson makes it 3-1. Nashville gets his second goal of the game, third of the year, on the power play from Yossi and Fiala. Then Anaheim shows that they've still got a pulse. They make it 3-2 on a goal from Cache, his third of the season, and Pedersen. I think that's how it's pronounced, if that's similar to the Pedersen in Vancouver. Or Pedersen. Third period, Nashville runs away with it. Smith gets his sixth of the season on the power play, assisted by Forsberg and Ekholm. And then they make it 5-2. Watson gets a hat trick. Watson! Yeah, he was suspended for the first, I don't know, I want to say 16. It was supposed to be like 20-something games and then became 16 or whatever it was. You can let me know in the comment section. What would he get suspended for? It was for domestic violence or something. I read about it, but we're not going to get into that. I'll let you Google it. Anyway, in any case, Watson gets his fourth of the season, third goal of the night, assisted by Ellis and Yossi. Yossi, who gets his second point of the evening. But that last goal was an empty netter, by the way. So Anaheim goes 1 for 5 on the power play. Nashville 2 for 4. Gibson makes 28 of 32 saves, 28 of 32 shots. Poor guy. Good goaltender, but team is just... Anyways, Rene saves 17 of 19. Anaheim had 19 shots. How do you win games only getting 19? In any case, Anaheim's now 10-10-5 with 25 points, just about 500 there. And I think technically they're in the playoffs in that division they're in right now. Isn't that hilarious the whole system, the way it's set up? I don't like it. Anyways, Nashville's now 17-6-1 with 35 points. They're tied with Tampa for first place at the moment. Buffalo is in second place right now, and then I think Toronto's in third. Last game of the night. Oh, look, I forgot the score again. Let's do some group math here. Okay, so LA won. They're Blues. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So LA. Oops, I'm using the wrong marker here. I'm just crashing and burning today. All right, LA. This is what little sleep does. LA beats Edmonton 5-2 as well. A similar score from this game above. All right, now we've got that sorted out. Do I have any notes on this? I had some notes on the Anaheim Nashville game, but nothing that I haven't already mentioned. Edmonton LA game, I do not. Anyways, to the board. Brown gets his fourth of the season. It's 1-0 LA, assisted by Kopitar and Forbort. Yeah. Edmonton then ties it up. Chiasson. I keep on Chiasson? Chiasson. Gets his ninth of the season on the power play from McDavid. This guy is like the West's version of James Van Riemsdyk. He just sits in front of the net, picks up the garbage, but he's got really soft hands, and he just pops them in. He's been doing really well. He's the one who signed a PTO with Edmonton at the beginning of the year, and it's been really paid off for him. He's becoming a kind of a gem. Moving on to the second period. Speaking of gems, he scores again. Chiasson gets his second of the game, 10th of the season, from Clefbaum and Nugent Hopkins. Then LA ties it up. Brown gets his second of the game. His fifth of the season on the power play from Kopitar, who gets the second point of the night. So basically right now it's just Brown versus Chiasson game. Third period, LA just pulls away. Kopitar gets his seventh of the season to make it 3-2. That's his third point of the night, by the way. Assisted by Forbort, gets a second point of the night, and Thompson. LA then makes it 4-2 on a goal from Brown. That's a hat trick. Brown got a hat trick tonight. Assisted by Carter and Doughty. Now I missed the end of this game because a water pipe burst in my apartment nearby, and there was a big. And anyways, on TV they were calling this an empty netter goal, but on the stats sheet they had it as a power play goal, but not an empty netter goal. I don't know what's going on. Someone's asleep at the controls there. And then last goal of the game, Luff to make it 5-2. He gets his fourth of the season. I believe he's a rookie for LA right now who's been doing really well. And that is definitely an empty netter and definitely not on the power play. There you have it. Edmonton goes 1 for 3 on the power play on the night. LA goes 2 for 5. Talbot saves 27 of 30. Peterson, who's been doing fantastically. I know you're sick of hearing me say that, but he does it. He's been doing it. He's been playing really, really well. Apparently, Jonathan Quick is back on the ice and skating again, so he might be back in the next few games or so. Anyways, Peterson, I digress. Peterson saved 32 of 34. He had an awesome night again. He really saved LA's bacon early on. Edmonton could have, before the third period, could have sprinted ahead here. And he was amazing. Edmonton's also missed a very big opportunity, obviously, facing the bottom dwellers in the LA Kings. Edmonton is now 10, 11, and 2 with 22 points. LA's now 8, 14, and 1 with 17. Cue the comeback. No, I'm just kidding. They're not coming back. I'm sorry, LA fans. You know I'm joking. Sort of. Kind of. All right. And the game's on for tomorrow. On Monday, November 26, 2018, we have the Boston Bruins versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. The New Jersey Devils versus the Florida Panthers. The Washington Capitals versus the New York Islanders, the Ottawa Senators versus the New York Rangers, the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Detroit Red Wings. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on today's games and news. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you really liked it, just smash that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. I just started about a month ago. I try and provide some great value content. And if you know any hockey geeks, if you have any hockey geek friends, please don't feel shy about sharing. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.